friends, it's Raven. As you may know, I'm doing a no spend challenge for all of 2021, and for January I'm taking it a step further and I'm only budgeting $20 for the grocery budget this month, and that's only to get things that go bad really easily and are staples like bread and milk and things like that. But other than that, I plan on only shopping out of my own pantry and fridge and freezer this month. So every Sunday, I usually do my meal prepping on Sundays, but I was busy this last weekend, so today is Monday and I'm meal prepping today for the rest of the week. So hopefully every Sunday or every other Sunday, I'll be doing a meal plan and prep with you guys where I show you what I am using out of my own pantry to make for meal preps for the week. And I will be only doing it for myself. I do have my husband that I live with as well, but we have very different diets and he is a very, very picky eater. So I cook for myself and he cooks for himself, and we keep our groceries completely separate. I know that's a little bit wonky, but it's just what works for us. And so today I'm going to show you what I'm going to plan and prep for the rest of the week. So if that's something you're interested in, keep on watching. So the first thing that I like to do when I'm only shopping out of my own pantry is to go through my food and see what is going to expire soon. So I have a lot of like fresh fruits and produce and veggies and things like that I know will go bad in a couple days or a couple weeks. So I want to try and use that up more towards the beginning of the month, and then go more towards like my canned and frozen fruits and vegetables more towards the end of the month. So I'm going to evaluate what kind of foods I have and go through my fridge and see what things might expire soon. So for example, today I had a snack of cottage cheese with some clementines in it, and the cottage cheese goes bad on the 24th. So I know that I have at least until the middle of the month, or at least till the end of the month. You can eat it a couple days later, but so I can snack on that all month if I want to, so I'm not too worried about trying to eat that right away. Whereas I have like a couple tomatoes, for example, that I need to use up soon or they will go bad. So I'm also going to see if there's any things that I can make with things that might go bad soon that I can prep and then freeze, so that if there's a day that I just don't feel like cooking, I have something that I can fall back on and not waste my produce. So I'm just gonna evaluate, kind of plan out what things I want to use up sooner than later and go from there. Okay, so the very first thing that I do when I'm meal planning is I like to write down all of the things that I know that I have that are gonna go bad very soon. So I have mangoes, potatoes, but they could last me until next week. A couple oranges, tomatoes, broccoli, spaghetti squash, kale, a loaf of bread, and a can of tomato sauce that I opened yesterday that is in my fridge that I need to use up soon. So these are all the things that I mostly want to focus on this week. So what I did was I made a list of those, and then knowing what I have in my pantry and things like that, I created some recipes that I'm going to make this week. So I have chicken that I just pulled out of the freezer and is sitting in the fridge, and I'm going to use that with rice, a can of mushroom soup, some cheese, and then that broccoli that I want to use up, I'm going to make like a chicken and rice bake. And then for my fruit that's gonna go bad, so my mangoes, banana, clementines, and apples, those I'm going to make like a fruit salad with, so I can have that for snacks or for breakfast for the next couple days. And then any fruit that I have that I can't eat in time, or that I know that I won't be able to eat in time, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my dehydrator to make dried out fruit. So like one of my favorite snacks ever that my grandma used to make was just dehydrated apples, and she sprinkled cinnamon on it, and oh my gosh, it was so delicious, and it was like the perfect chewy texture, and it was amazing. So I think what I might do is dehydrate a couple apples, because I have probably like 20 apples right now. And then that mango, I've never dehydrated mango, but that would probably be really good too. So I might do that with any leftover fruit that doesn't go into the fruit salad. And then that way, I don't have to worry about it going bad. It'll last me the next couple months if I decide. And then I have a loaf of bread that's gonna go bad. So I think what I'm gonna do for most of my breakfast is I'm gonna do toast. And because I have bananas, I think what I'm gonna do is just peanut butter and banana toast with some honey, and then probably do like that fruit salad on the side. So for the weekends, I like to go a little bit extra on the meals. So for breakfast, what I can do with that extra bread is I can make French toast. So we could do that with like some scrambled eggs or something like that. So I'm gonna do mostly banana toast, and then any bread that's left over, I'll use up at the end of the week. And then I'm also going to make a salad. Like you can basically put anything you want into salads and it's delicious. So any leftover produce that I have, I'm going to make salads with. And then I also have a couple spaghetti squashes, and one of them is closer than the rest to expiring. So I'm going to do a chicken spaghetti squash dish, which is absolutely one of my favorites. I just shred up a spaghetti squash, cook up some chicken, and then toss it together with some tomato sauce and any other sauteed veggies, and it is super delicious. So now let's get into cooking. Okay, so I have my oven preheating, and I pulled out all the ingredients I need to make my chicken and rice bake. So I have my chicken that is still kind of frozen, so I put it in some cold water so it'll thaw out quicker. I have some cheese that I'm going to shred up. I have a can of mushroom soup. I also have a can of chicken broth that I found, so I'm going to use this to cook the rice to give it some extra flavor. I have my sad little bushel of broccoli, and it's still good. It's not moldy. It's just kind of sad. I got it in my Misfits Market box last week. So all I need to do is bring it back to life and use it up. So I have that. I have my dish that I'm going to cook it in here. And first things first is I'm going to rinse off my rice to get rid of some of that starch. And I think I'm going to do 1 cup of rice with 2 cups of water and chicken broth. This 1 can of chicken broth actually equaled out to be 2 cups, so I didn't actually need to add any water, so my rice is going to be super flavorful. Now I would be using just regular shredded cheese, but I only have half a bag of that, and I really like that for like eggs and stuff, so I'm just using what I have, which is a brick of cheese. So now I have probably roughly about half a cup to 3/4 of a cup of cheese that I'll use on top of my chicken bake. I also remembered we have leftover champagne and orange juice from New Year's, so why not have a mimosa? Cheers! So that is it. I am done meal prepping for the week. I just had some of that chicken rice casserole for dinner and it was delicious. I have enough to last me at least maybe like 3 more meals. My spaghetti squash is enough to last me maybe 2 or 3 meals, and I have fruit salad to snack on, so I am good for the week. If I'm still hungry in between meals, then I might have a salad and make those as I go, and then for breakfast I'm just going to do my peanut butter banana toast, and I'll make that as I go. And yeah, that is it. If you like this video and you want to see more meal plan and preps, like this video and let me know. If you have any questions at all, feel free to comment. And if you want to follow along on my no spend journey for 2021, go ahead and subscribe as well. See you guys soon.